So for trade union, as soon as they represent you, so what they do is your interest. They know your interest and they speak your interest to your employers. So but before that could happen, before collective bargaining happened, because collective bargaining means you and I have agreed to sit on the table to discuss things. So but before that could happen, these conditions would have been met. 1, employees must be free to join any representative body, such as the trade union. So it means employees have the right to join any representative body. You won't influence them. Employers will not influence them to join a body. They will choose whichever representative they want. That's the first thing. Do you understand the point I'm making here? There will be collective bargaining, which means both representative of the employees and the representative of the employer would meet to talk about terms of employment. But before that would happen, the first thing is that employees are allowed, have the freedom to choose whichever representative they want. That is the first condition. Is it clear? Yes. The second one, employers must accept such body is the legal representative of the employees. Employers must accept that group that is representing their employees are legal and are, they are truly representing the employees. They have the power, the authority to represent the employees. Employers must accept that. The first thing is we are free to choose whichever representative we want. The second is that our employers must accept whichever representative we have chosen as a legal representative of us. Do you understand the second point? The third condition, such body must be independent of employers and the state. Such body must be neutral, must be politically neutral. It must not be a body that has the interest of the employers in mind or the interest of the government. They must be neutral. Do you understand that point? Do we understand the point, please? Yes. And the last one, bodies should negotiate with objectivity, which means the interest of the workers, the interest of the members. So whichever representative you choose, they must represent your interest. They must not compromise it. They must not be subjective. They must not be influenced by employers. Employers are powerful. They have money, So they have money, yes or no? Yes. Because they have money, they might be able to influence your representatives. But your representatives must be true and fair. They must do it with objectivity. Do we understand? So as soon as all these conditions are met, then we can start collective bargaining. We can start the negotiation. So what are the advantages of negotiating? So before I go into the advantages, because it's collective bargaining, most of the time, it comes back to become a conflict. No party would agree. And as soon as both parties do not agree, it leads to what we call industrial action. A stoppage on production. Things will not go well. People will not work. Strike. Do you get the point here? We have sat down to discuss about it, but no one among us is accepting the terms and conditions. So it might lead to industrial action. And when there's industrial action, it means there will be stoppage of output. Example of industrial action is a strike. People stop working. Do we understand? So that is what collective bargaining could bring if we don't agree or if there's no compromise. So what I did now, I think you understand the point I'm making here. Do we get it or not? Yes. Yeah. It's a collective bargaining, which means we have to sit down to discuss things. So if we are unable to agree, it might lead to industrial action, which means there's stoppage into production. We stop working. So what are the advantages now of collective bargaining? The first one, agreements are transparent and legally enforceable. Remember we said here,